Alright, so here's one from Red Art Games. This is Arietta of Spirits Red Edition. I've talked about this game on my channel before, but I wanted to show you this collector's edition that's really cool. As much as I like this game, you know, I felt like I had to get this collection, and now you guys are going to see what it comes with here. So first we're going to start off with, of course, you see the box here, of course, very reminiscent of Super Nintendo games. And then trying to get this something out of here. There, got it, finally, there's the soundtrack. Anyways, okay. This is everything that comes with the Red Edition, and right here we'll start off with the poster. I don't want to open it all the way right now, but just know there's a poster in here, so if you like the art of the game, maybe you want to frame that, you know. And here is the soundtrack. The game has some great music, very reminiscent of the old school, so you guys will definitely like the soundtrack here. Here's a steel case for it. I actually might put the game in the steelbook here. This one looks really cool. I don't usually use the steelbooks too much, but this one looks very impressive. Then, of course, here is the game itself. Yeah, I already opened it before in earlier videos, so you guys seen what's with the regular edition here. And of course, the box very reminiscent of the Super Nintendo games. So this is what you get in the package. Definitely, I would say, go ahead and pick this up if you're interested. I'm excited to talk about this game. I talked about it on Jason's channel before, and pretty much this is like a top-down Zelda game, but with actually a modern story. You play as a girl named Arietta who goes on a family trip, and basically some issues happen where she's trying to come to grips with certain situations. So I could go over the first thing, so it's not really too much of a spoiler, but the first story is that her grandmother passed away, and usually they would go to on vacation with their grandmother, so this is the first time she's dealing with that situation. The story to this whole game is pretty, I want to say, heartwarming and sad at the same time. You know, there's certain situations that are like, man, it almost brought a tear to my eye. But gameplay wise, it is definitely feels like a Link to the Past. Yeah, I know that's a lot of people's favorite Zelda game, and this game to me is way better than that. I know that's saying a lot, but I'm going to put it out there. So if you want an action adventure game with a good story, definitely check out Arietta of Spirits. I haven't talked enough about this game, and I'll probably talk about it in the future. Maybe I'll do a review on it after I beat it. But it's definitely something you want to have in your collection, especially if you're a fan of action adventure games. Here's Mega Man 5 for the NES. This is a complete in-box copy that I got from Jason during one of our pickups videos. And man, what an overwhelming experience, you know, getting this game. This is probably my second favorite Mega Man game on the NES. I would say my number one favorite is probably 4. I know a lot of people, that's probably like a weird choice for a lot of people, but I love that game. But anyways, going back to 5, I remember back in elementary school, I borrowed this from my friend. And he didn't even want the game back, which was crazy. You know, I got good at the game and I beat it, but gave it back to him and really never played it again until now. This game really sticks out for me because the story pretty much revolves around Proto Man. You know, he's being framed for a crime he didn't commit, and it's like a fake Proto Man in the game. It's pretty crazy. But man, Mega Man 5 is probably the most expensive game on the NES system. You know, it's the rarest Mega Man game, especially in box. So really happy to own this game. So here's Eiyuden Chronicle. Now, this game came out in America. Now, what I'm showing you is the PAL version here that I got from Red Art Games. Reason I got this is because it came with a soundtrack as well. Now, this game is created by I believe it's created by the people who made the original Suikoden series, or Suikoden, however you want to pronounce it. But they're trying to bring that formula of gameplay back. But this is kind of like a precursor game to another game they're going to make that hasn't come out yet. So That game, I believe, plays more like a Suikoden, whatever. But this one is a really good prequel game to it. Now, from what you're seeing here, this is a side-scrolling action RPG, and I feel like a lot of people will like it. You know, the story in this one is pretty good. I say they're onto something here. You know, the creators of the original series, which is Suikoden, however you want to pronounce it, they were really good at storytelling, and this game is pretty much the same. You know, the story will pull you in. Now, I heard this game is not that long, and I kind of put it down because I want to beat Star Ocean first. I'm at the end of Star Ocean Divine Force, and I want to beat that one before I beat this game. So, hop back into that one. But if you guys have played this one, I'd love to know your opinions about it. Here's Metaloid Origin. So I feel like this is a sequel to Metagal, if you guys remember when I talked about that game a couple years ago. And pretty much these games, they play like Mega Man adventure games. You know, they're platform action adventures. Now, you get to choose between 3 characters in the beginning, but remember this. When you do that, you have to stick with that character for the rest of the game. So if you don't like that character, make sure, you know, you switch immediately in the beginning so you don't have to go through the whole game like that. But besides that, I had fun playing this game. It can get a bit tough, I want to say. You know, it's not easy. It's not a cakewalk, so you're going to have to bring some skills. But if you're willing to, like, you know, try to learn this game, it's actually pretty fun. If I had to compare it to Metagal, I would say this one is more enjoyable because with Metagal, that game had, Metagal, excuse me, that game had a lot of, like, platform issues. Like, you know, just, I don't know, like, some of the levels were really tough in the beginning of the game. So I think that game really had a balance issue. At least it did for me. But I feel like this one will be more enjoyable for folks if they haven't played that one, so they can skip to this one or just get both and, hey, challenge yourself. I really love games like these because they're nostalgic of my childhood. You know, a lot of these games back in the day were very, very difficult. Example, Mega Man 1 and Mega Man 3. That freaking Yellow Devil boss and freaking the Doc Robot stages. Ugh, hated that. This game is nowhere as hard as some of those older games are, but they definitely bring some good challenge, I would say. So, if you pick this game up, definitely be aware that you're going to get a challenge out of it. I finally bought Street Fighter V Championship Edition. You know, this game is pretty weird, man. I've never played a fighting game quite like this. It feels like it's like, I don't know, just an advertisement for fighting games. It's a very weird feeling. But anyways, it comes with most of the characters already unlocked via a download code, which is annoying. They should have been embedded on the disc. But now I feel like there's enough points you can earn easily in the story mode to unlock the rest of the roster, and that's what I'm doing right now. So far, I've unlocked Rose, and I think Oro. I think that's his name. I can't remember. And I still have a couple more to go. But playing the game, it was kind of fun. You know, I'm still getting used to Bison. You know, he's not the Bison I remember from Street Fighter 4. But man, it's weird with this game because every time you go to a new match, it shows an advertisement for Street Fighter 6. Like, hey, Street Fighter 6 comes out this date. It's like, I don't even see that every time I go to a new loading screen. It's just very annoying. I'm only going to play this one casually. I'm not going to really go online and play online matches because I'm not really feeling it right now. Maybe I need to switch to another character. I'm not really sure. But Street Fighter 5 has just always felt kind of off to me. You know, hopefully that'll change with Street Fighter 6. You know, my buddy Joel saying it's going to be the best game of the year. I hope he's right. But I don't know. We'll see what happens, though. But if you see this game out there on the cheap, you might want to buy a combo meal instead. I don't know. You might want to pick this one up, maybe. I don't know. You guys let me know in the comments. You know what? I just thought of something else. One of the things I don't like about Street Fighter V Championship Edition is that the long load times, kind of. You know, the game has to connect to the internet to know exactly what you're doing, and that takes a minute sometimes. I'm like, man, what is going on? I just want to fight. You know, it's just so much stuff that this game is trying to do, and all I want to do is just play it. But, you know, maybe that's the way Capcom's going with these fighting games. Hopefully Street Fighter 6 won't be the same, but yeah, okay, I'm done talking about this one.
Away with you! Ultimate Psycho Crusher!
All right, so here's the new Tales of Borderlands. Now, this is pretty much kind of a sequel to the original Tales of Borderlands. You know, you do run into some characters from that game. I was hoping that you would run into them more often because Reese was one of my favorite characters in that game. But this, obviously, from the title, this is a new story pretty much. Now, I don't believe this game was written by Telltale. One thing I actually like about Telltale games is that they actually write pretty decent stories, at least stories that will hook you in the beginning. This game didn't quite hook me as of yet, but I'm waiting for that hook. Hopefully it'll happen soon. But I'm still looking forward, to getting to know the characters in this game, and hopefully it'll be a fulfilling story. But yeah, if you guys have played this one, let me know how you feel about it. I'm not really sure if it'll have the same charm as the original game, but we'll see what happens.
We're bad at this, like really bad.
Gideon has many guns, talking guns, guns with legs.
I'm gonna blast you so freaking bad! Yeah! Shut up, Richard!
Ain't nobody stopping me.
I always wanted to change the universe for the better, and now we actually can!
But more importantly, we'll be drowning in ash!
Here's Sofstar. When I played this game, I immediately knew this is what I want in a shoot 'em up. This game is freaking fantastic. One of the things I really loved about this game is that as soon as you pick up the controller for it, things just feel so familiar. And when I say that, I'm talking about like the old school games that this game is kind of based off of, at least in the gameplay department. Now, one of this game's unique features is that you can actually teleport across the screen. So you can actually teleport out of bad situations. You have a timer on it, so there's cooldown and all that stuff, so you can't like take advantage of it. But man, for skillful gameplay, that feature is really fantastic to have in this game. Another thing that I think people will like in this game is that there's a plethora of ships to choose from. So you'll have a bunch to kind of test out your skills on, see which ship is like pretty much you prefer. And when it comes to like the gameplay too, you only get 2 shots in this game. Like you have your regular default shot for that whatever ship you have, and then you have a charge shot that has a cool time as well. You can also slow your ship's movement speed just in case things are getting too fast for you. All in all, I think this game definitely has enough to bring in shoot 'em up fans to actually want to own it. I had a great time with this game, still having fun with it. Definitely keep this game on your radar. I got 3 game watches from Jason as well. Remember years ago for my birthday, he bought me the Donkey Kong Jr. handheld, which I still have. It's put up, but yeah, it's kind of nice, like adding these to the collection. Now, unfortunately, I did not have batteries for these, so they're not planned. You wouldn't be able to see them properly anyways, but just wanted to show them off to you guys so you guys can see what they look like. Very happy to have these. Just a nostalgic piece of history. Here's Samurai Showdown for the Sega CD. Now, a lot of you guys know I've been trying to rebuild my Sega CD collection, but I also find some new titles I never owned on here before. Now, Samurai Showdown, I was excited for it, but man, they really dropped the ball with this one. It's missing certain features that I feel shouldn't be missing from this version of the game, but again, it is on the old hardware of the Sega CD, but one of the things I noticed immediately is missing Earthquake. Earthquake is nowhere to be found in the game. It's like he's just gone. And I thought that was kind of weird. And comparing it to the Sega Genesis version, it's weird. They have like each of them has like different modes that kind of like outshine each other. Where obviously the Sega CD version has better music, better graphics on certain things. Like one of the levels, these ice levels in the game, it looks horrible in the Sega CD version, but in Genesis version, it looks great. Well, not great. It looks better, I would say. But the Sega CD version had like a year. It came out a year after the Genesis version came out, so you feel like a lot of things would have been fixed or whatever like that. But it's just a rush job. I guess they were only focused on Q sound, The Q sound, I mean, the game sounds great, you know, and it plays better than the Genesis version, but the Genesis version, this is easy, more easy access. You know, loading times on the Sega CD version are pretty bad, even for its time. So, you know, getting into a match, it just, I don't know, man. It's just kind of weird. But anyways, if any of you guys own this game, you know, let me know what you think about it. Here's Dungeon Explorer for the Sega CD. Now, I used to always see this game at stores, but I never played it before until now. And this game is very similar. If you play games like Gauntlet, you'll be pretty much familiar here. This game so far has more RPG elements, you know, like buying armor, leveling up, things like that. So if you're familiar with that type of stuff, you'll be right at home here. But I'm still in the beginning stages of the game, so I can't show you too much. But I would say, you know, if you're a Sega CD fan, if this game is not too expensive, you might want to try it out. It's actually pretty cool. It's really intrigued me. Here's Martian Panic for the Switch. Now, I picked this up because it came with this bundle for cheap. I believe at Best Buy I bought this for 20 bucks. Comes with this little gun, makes sounds. But this is a rail shooter game that originally came out on the Wii, and it really got overlooked, I would say. It's actually pretty fun. It has a funny story to it. If you like rail shooters, I would say, and for this price, of course, I would say definitely pick this up.
Let's show them a warm welcome.
Here's the King of Fighters 99 for the Neo Geo CD. So I believe this was the last game released for that system. I'm not really sure, but maybe somebody in the comments could let me know. But yeah, this game, to me, was somewhat of a big staple in the series. It was pretty much the beginning of the NES saga, which is my favorite saga. I know it's confusing to a lot of people, the story, but I think it's really good. And the game introduced strikers into it, so you would have a fourth character you could kind of have assist you during battles. It was pretty good gameplay. I really love grabbing like every version of King of Fighters because I really love the series. I've told you guys this before. It's one of my top favorite fighting games of all time. It just, man, the games are just something else because they stay original, yet they always add something new to keep the newer games fresh. Now, anybody who's watching who's new to my channel or new to the series, there are easier ways to access these games. Obviously, you don't have to buy the games on a Neo Geo CD. You know, it's an obsolete system pretty much. But the games are widely available on the PS4 and the Switch, and I believe PS5 as well, probably Steam. Pretty sure a lot of them are on Steam as well. So definitely you have your way of playing these games if you like what you're seeing here.